Education 646, teaching a lesson on paraphrasing phrases. This is from the paraphrasing and summarizing series. Teaching my son Evan, who's 10 years old. Are you ready, Evan?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Evan, on our last lesson on paraphrasing, we talked about learning how to paraphrase single words and paraphrase phrases. Do you remember doing any of that?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just quickly review the definition for paraphrasing. Do you remember what a paraphrase is? We paraphrase something?
Yeah, like beautiful, you change it to pretty.
Okay, so you're putting it into your own words, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. Let's talk about, do you remember what a synonym is?
It's not the opposite like an antonym. It's just the same.
Very good. Yes.
Because we were learning about it in class.
Okay, yes, it's just another word for the same thing. So like scary, the synonym for scary would be terrifying maybe, okay? All right, and let's talk about quickly the characteristics. There's 3 characteristics of a good paraphrase. Do you remember those?
Yep.
Okay, let's look at those quick. Okay, a paraphrase must be
Correct. Include one's own words.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep. Those are the 3 characteristics of every good paraphrase. Okay. So today we're going to learn about paraphrasing phrases, which are small groups of words. Okay, so remember, paraphrasing is something that good readers do when they read. We are working towards you being able to paraphrase paragraphs. We started with words, now we're moving on to phrases, okay? So your job today is to listen carefully, take notes, and participate. And later you'll be completing at least one learning sheet to practice some paraphrasing. Okay? All right. So let's talk about what a phrase is. Okay? Do you remember this? A phrase. Can you read that to me?
A phrase is a small group of words that has meanings.
Okay? That's correct. So a phrase is a small group of words that has meaning. Here's some examples of a phrase. Under the couch. Wooden house, along the avenue, before the game began. Okay?
Under the furniture.
Okay, so I'm going to just stop you right there, okay? So, as I said, a phrase is a small group of words, but the words in the phrase aren't just random words. They're grouped together so they mean something. They need to make sense. So like right here, under the couch is a phrase that means something is located beneath the couch or beneath the sofa. That would be another word for couch, okay? So how about like the wooden house? What does that phrase mean?
Like log cabin?
Yeah, a log cabin, or so it's just a house made out of wood, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we talked about the characteristics of a good paraphrase. They must be correct, your own words, and they must make sense, okay? I'm just going to show this to the camera quick. Okay, so when we paraphrase either words or, more importantly, phrases, are we able to paraphrase every single word in that phrase? Okay, yeah, there's some words that we're just not really going to be able to.
Like it is.
Yeah, you really can't paraphrase those words or names.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't really change those.
Like Andrea.
Yeah, because once in a while a word will be a pretty complicated word that it's like the word computer. It's kind of hard to find a synonym for that word, but we just do the best we can.
Okay. Machine.
Maybe. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing to paraphrase a phrase that we did when we paraphrased words. Okay, we're going to put the phrase into a sentence, and then we're going to think of synonyms, so words that mean the same thing, that we can insert into that sentence in place of the phrase. Then we need to check to make sure the sentence means the same thing, and it still makes sense. Okay? Okay, so right now you're going to learn by watching me. I'm going to paraphrase a phrase. And I want you to pay close attention to what I do, because I'm going to ask you to do the same thing in a couple of minutes. Okay, so you get this worksheet here. And have you look at this first phrase. Let's read that. The first one. Can you read that?
Beast.
A wild beast. Okay, so I need to put that phrase into a sentence like, let's see, I'm going to say, I was scared of the wild beast. So I'm going to write that and write that here on the whiteboard.
That one doesn't come off. Makes some marks. Should.
Okay. So now I need to think to myself, what are some words or what's a phrase I can put in place of wild beast that's still going to mean the same
Dangerous
thing?
animal? No. I don't know wild.
Yeah,
but I
that
know
might work.
beast.
Okay.
Okay.
That might work. Okay. Let's try that. Dangerous animal. That was a pretty good one. Good thinking. Okay. So let's read this sentence. I was scared of the dangerous animal.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
Is that correct? Does that mean the same thing? Wild beast, dangerous animal? I think it's pretty close.
Okay, I wasn't supposed to say that.
That's okay. You're doing just fine. Okay. And so let's look at our sheet here again. Is it our own words? Did we change it to something different?
Yep.
Yeah, we did. And finally, does it make sense? Can you be scared of a dangerous animal?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So that was a good paraphrase. So we would write on our worksheet, dangerous animal in place of wild beast.
Me?
You don't have to write it right now. That's okay.
Okay.
We'll have you write it down when you're doing it yourself, though. Okay? So why don't you read to me number 2? What does that say?
Lovely melody.
Okay, it's actually lonely melody.
Oh.
Okay, so let me think of a sentence. Lonely melody. Okay. How about the lonely melody made me sad?
Like a funeral or something?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm gonna sign it. I don't know why.
Okay, so I'm going to put my phrase here in parentheses. Lonely melody. See that? I got to think, what is something I could put in place of lonely melody? So I got to think lonely. What's another word that could mean lonely?
I can't see it.
Maybe somber or sad. Somber. What about melody?
Sad song.
Song. Okay, somber song. Let's read that. The somber song made me sad.
Doesn't really sound
Somber.
somber.
Yep, I changed that. Somber. Now, would this mean the same thing?
Yep.
Somber song made me sad. Is it my own words?
Yep.
Yeah, I changed it. It's not lonely melody anymore. Does it make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense. It can make me sad. So then we would write somber song. Okay. Now I'm going to do one more. I want you to pay close attention to. You're doing very, very well. Okay, let's look at this one.